How's it going, everyone? Welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to do a little cooking. I wanted to make some fried rice, so I just wanted to show you one way that I prepare it. Has a little bit of a Spanish, Mexican influence, I guess, if you will. I've got a few ingredients that I'm going to use today. I'm going to use this to season my rice when I cook it. I've got an onion. I've got some sausage. They call this the Portuguese sausage, but it's also called Linguica. Kind of a local favorite. Chorizo, I think, would be a good substitute. You're going to want to use something like that, chorizo. We just call this Portuguese sausage locally. You're going to want a well-seasoned, spicy pork sausage, in my opinion. So something like chorizo is going to work very well. I've got some Tapatio sauce that I'm going to use to spice it up a little bit more. Some salsa. And I'm going to go ahead and cook my rice. I'm going to use a Jasmine rice because... now, if you wanted to make fried rice and you're going to use regular medium grain Calrose rice, problem is if you cook it and then you take it straight out of the rice cooker, it's going to be really wet and sticky. So actually what you want to do if you're going to use a regular medium grain rice, you want to have it in the fridge overnight, let it dry out a little bit after it's cooked. If you're in a pinch, I use a long grain Jasmine rice. This is going to do just fine. It's not going to have that same problem where it's just going to stick together and get all mushy. So I'm going to go ahead and cook about 2 cups. As you can see, I've got this really small rice cooker. This is almost insultingly small, but I have a small rice cooker for a very good reason, and that's just portion control. If I had a 4-cup, a 6-cup rice cooker, I probably would gain a ton of weight over time, which is why I'm just going to use this little small 2-cup rice cooker. I'm only going to cook up about 2 cups of rice, as you can see here. So let's go ahead and get this rice started. Now what I'm going to do when I cook my rice, I'm going to throw in this packet of Saison seasoning. You can use 1. I'll use 2 just because I like the flavor. You don't have to use that much. I would recommend maybe 1 packet every 2 cups of rice, something like that. I've gone ahead and I washed and I rinsed my rice. Got about 3/4 of an inch of water over the rice. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the Saison seasoning and let this rice cook. Once again, it's important. I'm using a long grain rice, which means that it won't stick to each other, the individual grains of rice. If you use a medium grain rice like Calrose, you're going to want to use leftover rice, something that's a day old, something with a little bit less moisture inside of it. So let's go ahead and get this rice cooking, and we'll come right back when we're ready to start with the actual frying of the rice. Gone ahead and chopped up that sausage into about 1/3 inch pieces. You don't want to burn the sausage. You want the fat to render out of it. That's what's really going to flavor the rice itself. You know what? The pan's probably big enough. I'm just going to start cooking my onions as well. I'll probably just keep them separate. Honestly, there's 2 ways you can go. You can take the sausage out once it's done cooking and then throw it back in at the end. Or I think we might just try to see what happens if we cook it along with the rice at the same time. So let's go ahead and see what happens. We're going to do a little cooking experiment, see how this comes out. I'll tell you which way to do it. Alright, going to take my rice and put it into the pan. Pretty much I'm going to throw the whole 2 cups cooked into here. And then once I throw it all in there, I'm going to want to break it up and then start frying the rice along with the onions and the meat. Rice is starting to cook down. I'm probably going to stir it around a little bit. I went ahead and I added some butter to this as well. I went ahead and I added about 1/4 stick of butter to this. I want to make sure that rice is nice and got that nice fried rice, the greasy fried rice taste. So a little bit of butter in here as well, just for some taste. Gonna go ahead and throw some black pepper in here as well. Alright, starting to look pretty good. Everything's come together pretty well. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of that Tapatio on there. This stuff is really going to take it to the next level. I'm not going to put too much. You can always add more after the rice is done. So just a bit of Tapatio in there. Now just remember, you can throw pretty much anything you want in here. You know, you can put some egg. I think peas will go really well in here. Frozen carrot, corn. All kinds of vegetables I think would work really well on a fried rice. One thing I would do again next time I do this is I'd probably let the sausage and onions cook a little bit more. Threw in the rice a little too early. But pretty much, yeah, my rice is cooking real nice right here. So I'm using a pan that's a little too big, so I'm trying to move stuff that's from the middle of the pan to the outside. I just kind of turn it over as I go. I'm pushing stuff in from the outside of the pan over the heat source, which is in the middle. So I took it off the heat there. I went ahead and I plated it up. And man, that looks pretty good to me. Plated it up, threw a little bit more Tapatio hot sauce on top, and that's good to go. Feel free to use whatever hot sauce you have available. I think I might even try this with a little bit of Taco Bell fire sauce. That might be pretty good too. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and eat. Hope you enjoyed this cooking video. Might try to do a few more of these in the future. That's all I got for today. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.